Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and the inventor of the CTKS method and BORSOG trading. If you're new, a very warm welcome and welcome back KS family. And please note, I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth and positive excellence in the process. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently down 0.07% to 16,563. Ethereum is down 0.31% to 1,200. To understand what's been happening in the crypto and main markets, we need to keep our eye on the DXY. The DXY has overcome very short-term resistance, and we put this little area up yesterday, the red and the green, and we can see we're more in the red than in the green. In fact, what we actually saw was was the DXY seek to challenge its resistance line. It got rejected and then found renewed strength to come up. The DXY is currently at a level of support. What this basically means, if we see a rally in the DXY, we would expect Bitcoin and crypto to come down. That's why an upward movement is in red. There was a lot of fluctuation in the DXY, and you can see when we zoom out, and Masterclass students who receive my live chart in TM6, you can see this very short-term resistance. We're just bypassing that, but the dollar has sold off wildly. It could technically retrace and show some strength, but it is under resistance at the present time. And that under resistance has helped gold to rally, and it's rallied really strongly. It's also helped bond prices to come up, bond yields to come down, and it's restored some measure of risk-on activity through junk bonds that we can see inside the market. And that's led into consumer confidence and institutional investment in the main indexes. But we have to keep our eye on the DXY. We also have to keep it on the VIX. If the VIX continues to come down, we would anticipate the major indices and Bitcoin going up. And if Bitcoin goes up, your beloved alts will go up as well in 99% of times. But the one thing that we must keep in mind, the VIX is very overextended. Now, what does this mean? This is the fear gauge of the market. The fear has been coming out for a long time now. And we know price is always moving in a wave. It's going up and down. We've seen the fear come out, the prices go up. And what does this mean? When the VIX finally starts to reset itself like bond prices and bond yields have recently, we could see a massive sell-off in the markets. This is not a reason to be concerned. It's a reason to be prepared. And that is rule 252, prepared and not scared. Another thing to consider, the SPY is coming up to major levels of resistance. And this is really important to understand. When we hit up to levels of resistance, it creates a lot of sell pressure. When you have sell pressure inside the market, it means that prices will either flatten out as the buyers come in to try to raise the price, or the sellers will win and push price downwards. This is just a confluence level when we look at the VIX. So we can see if, for example, the SPY, which is the proxy for the S&P 500, if the SPY started to retrace, started to come down, there's a lot of open space and very light support below it until the 382 mark. The SPY is currently 402.35. And one thing to note, these particular support and resistance levels are market structure support and resistance levels drawn by the CTKS method. And when we look at the S&P 500, the 9 sell-offs and recoveries since 1966 overlaid onto the current price, we can see that we've actually done quite well. The critical level to be aware of is 35.77. The SPX is currently 40.26 and it's put in an incredibly strong rally. A retracement from this rally is definitely on the cards, and we can see that resistance is being entered into in terms of market structure. For our context and masterclass students, you get my live chart in TM4. We've seen the Fed balance sheet just basically fall off a cliff. The Fed balance sheet has been divesting. We can see also the 10-year break-even inflation rate and the 5-year break-even inflation rate have been coming down, which means that the Fed's demand destruction routine is actually kicking into gear. And we can see the federal funds rate prediction for April 2023 is currently 4.935%. And we can see yields starting to curl over in terms of the 2-year. And the 20-year has been coming down, has the 5, the 30, the 10 as well. They've all been retracing. This actually puts upward pressure on prices. It supports upward price momentum. And we can see because of the FTX saga, good on you, Sam, we've actually seen a decay in the crypto market. But it's really important to understand FTX is all about fraud. It's about misuse of funds. Government regulators would say all you need to do in crypto is actually have regulation and all of this fraud will stop. That's absolute and utter rubbish. What we see is over time, even regulated industries attract bad actors, and these bad actors, for example, Bernard Ebbers from WorldCom and many others, have done either insider trading or just plain outright fraud. Regulation doesn't stop criminals. Surprising about that, isn't it? Maybe it's got to do with something. Criminals don't obey the law. Actually, that's why they're criminals. Many people say that crypto is just a Ponzi scheme. And a Ponzi scheme is an investment fund where withdrawals are financed by subsequent investors, rather than profit obtained through investment activities. And the largest instance of securities fraud was committed by an individual, Bernie Madoff, a former NASDAQ chairman. As a NASDAQ chairman, he certainly knew the rules. In an article just out, CZ says Lunar Collapse is very different from Ponzi FTX, and here's why. He's basically saying that Luna was all about technological evolution and just funding. It was a mismanagement like the Lehman Brothers. And he was saying that FTX is just a completely different thing. It's an absolute abuse of the terms of service. And he says it's just about fraud. And when you actually understand this, this is a very, very important distinction. And he talks about the concept of the internet. When it first evolved, it attracted so much money and so much interest. It had a blowout in the year 2000. And then what happened? Well, Amazon's still here. Google is still here. Well, Meta kind of still here. And companies that embrace the internet have done incredibly well. And how does this relate to crypto? What is crypto? It's the next evolution of the internet. Internet 3.0 or Web 3.0. And what is the current internet? It's Web 2.0, read and write. And what is the difference between Web 2.0 and Web 3.0? It's ownership of the protocols that the new internet of money runs on. It's that simple. JP Morgan has been a very, very critical voice in the crypto space for a long time. And guess what? JP Morgan just had a trademark approved for, you guessed it, a crypto wallet. Because investors have lost faith in crypto exchanges. So JP Morgan says, well, don't worry, put your money with us. A lot of people might think that approving a trademark is nothing. You just go into the office and you get it the same day. It's not the truth. It can take years. It does take years. And where did JP Wallet issue its crypto wallet? Where is it protected? It's protected in the EU. It's protected in the US, Mexico again, Australia, and Singapore. And you can see that the US was just recently registered, but what about Australia 2 years before? All those Aussies down under, they're really forward thinking. And what about March 10th, 2021 in Mexico? On September the 23rd, 2022, what did JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon say about crypto? He said, "It's dangerous." And he echoed Bill Gates and Warren Buffett's statements about Bitcoin and Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies, calling them decentralized Ponzi schemes. Hang on a second. We know that's not the case. The legal department has actually registered wallets. And they've done that from 2 years ago, which is an eternity in the crypto space. Jamie Morgan is very, very well known in the crypto circle as trashing crypto, but yet the JP Morgan wallet is something else. And to make sure we don't have it wrong, let's look into the filing. Hang on a second. Financial exchange of virtual currencies? Oh, Jamie. Jamie Dimon's statements were actually congressional testimony, so just bear that in mind. And one thing that we find out in life as we grow older, it's basically don't give a flying hoot what people say. Watch their feet. Watch what they do. What do these actions mean for crypto? It means legitimization. And I've been saying for many, many years, when it comes to crypto, it's simply the next evolution of the internet of value from the internet of information. So when you bear that in mind, it's just inevitable that the entire crypto markets will become mainstream. And of course, the banks want their place. In other news, Belgium declares Bitcoin and Ethereum not securities. So where is this mythical place, Belgium? Well, let's have a look. Oh, here we are, just next to France and Germany. And what did Belgium's Financial Services and Markets Authority, FSMA, actually say about why they were not securities? Because they're issued solely by computer code. An excerpt from the report reads, if there is no issuer, as in cases where instruments are created by computer code, and this is not done in execution of an agreement between an issuer, because there isn't one, an investor, for example, Bitcoin and Ethereum, then in principle, the prospectus regulation, the prospectus law, and the MIFID rules of conduct do not apply. So that means it's not a security. Now, what does this actually mean to the crypto sector? It means that institutional floodgates can open in Belgium. And this is a really, really key thing to know, because Bitcoin and Ethereum are global by nature. As soon as one country says it's not a security, you're going to see many, many others follow. And why do they follow? Because if they don't follow, they miss out on all the money. I think it's time to travel to El Salvador and see what the El Salvadorians are up to. El Salvador has created its new national Bitcoin office on BTC, which will oversee all initiatives involving the first and largest cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. I think it's time to go to Uzbekistan. And what are the Uzbekistanians up to? Well, we need to find them first. Oh, here they are. What are you up to? Uzbekistan issues first crypto licenses to 2 local crypto stores. Starting from January 2023, only licensed cryptocurrency firms will be allowed to provide cryptocurrency trading services to Uzbek citizens. And what are these 2 cryptocurrency stores? They include CryptoTradeNet LLC and Crypto Market LLC. And while we're here, why don't we just pop across to Russia and see what Russia is up to? First of all, let's find it. Oh, here it is. Russia intends to launch a national crypto exchange. And why are they doing it? It's all about money. It makes no sense to deny the existence of cryptocurrencies. The problem is that they circulate in a large stream outside of state regulation. These are billions of dollars of billions of tax rubles of lost tax revenue to the federal budget. Oh, okay, it's about money. Absolutely, it's about money. In other news, something interesting is happening in Singapore and also inside the United Kingdom. Wow, so far, far away. The UK and Singapore to renew commitment to fintech goals. Fintech refers to firms using new technology to compete with traditional finance methods in the delivery of financial services, such as AI, artificial intelligence, blockchain, cloud computing, and big data. The use of smartphones for mobile banking, investing and borrowing services, and cryptocurrency are examples of the technology to make financial services more accessible to the general public. So when we talk about fintech, we talk about crypto. Let's actually travel around the world again to Japan and see what's happening there. The Bank of Japan is to experiment with a central bank digital currency in 2023. And what's that built on? Of course, blockchain. And what's blockchain all about? You got it, crypto. They're seeking to launch a trial of the digital yen that's set to commence in 2023. If all goes well, the CBDC will be released in 2026. And while we're at it, let's just go across to Dubai and see what's cooking over there. The Crown Prince of Dubai approves a metaverse strategy's new phase. The strategy intends to promote digital growth and innovation in Dubai, and this move could turn Dubai into a top metaverse economy, enhancing the digital economy. You can see just how global crypto is, and it cannot be stopped. But there are certain parts of the ecosystem that need to be carefully considered. When we look at FTX and Alameda Research, they have so many different projects that could come under scrutiny or even exchange delisting. When looking at different crypto projects, it's important to understand who's been backing them, who's been funding them, and if they're being propped up artificially. And the one thing that we do know, FTX and Alameda had its fingers in many, many pies. And what's actually happened is Binance is issuing a notice delisting certain trading pairs. You still have a couple of days, but it's on the cards. In about 2 days' time, Binance will remove and cease trading the following pairs: ARK, Beam, BTC ST. And BTC ST just recently suffered a massive nosedive in price. You now know why. Watch out for GTO, for Myth, for Pearl, PNT, Rep, Serum, oh no, Serum, SRM, a lot of trading pairs there, Tribe, and XEM. Just please keep a watch out for these. If you have exposure, you will get hit by a reduction in price. To explain a little bit more, Microsoft-backed WeMix falls 68%, getting delisted by 5 top exchanges. And when we actually have a look down, you can see that the news of delisting can really adversely affect a token's price. So please be careful. When we have a look at Bitcoin and we understand your beloved alts cannot escape Bitcoin's gravity, what is Bitcoin doing at the present time? It's just flatlining. It's literally just going flat, trying to get above this 16,649 structural resistance level. It's not doing too good a job of it at the moment, but it's too early to call if it will actually fail. And because we're entering weekend trading, we can actually think that the lower volumes could spike price around quite a bit. So you can see from yesterday, everything basically went flat. When we look at total crypto market capitalization and the structural resistance levels in there, we can see that total crypto market cap is currently 789 billion. We have a resistance level at 799, another one at 808, and a much stronger one up at 866. When you look across the different indices, for example, total crypto market cap, Bitcoin, as well as the SPX, and a lot of different other factors, and all of which we go through inside the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. It's important that you understand the directional association between the charts that influence the chart that you're looking at. A lot of people say, trade the chart in front of you. Actually, that's quite bad advice. You need to trade all the charts that influence the chart in front of you. When looking at the longs and the shorts, we can see the longs got liquidated, and then the shorts got liquidated, and now the longs are getting liquidated. And Masterclass students, you get my live chart in TG34. Let's have a look at total liquidations, and we can see they're absolutely minuscule. They're so tiny. It's like weekend trading, but just a little bit more volume. 43.87 million, and the number of liquidated positions is tiny, 15,473. And for the past 24 hours, about 65% of total liquidations have been long. What about 12 hours? About 66% short. What about 4 hours? 85% short. What about the last hour? 72% short. So the shorts are currently whacking the longs, but the longs whacked the shorts before, so it's always even. And what we can see is this very, very low volume, Thanksgiving low volume. Turning to the greatest gainers in the past 24 hours, HT, Doge, Casper, Theta, STX, Quant, and the Graph. The greatest losers over the past 24 hours, BNX, Leo, Kava, Litecoin, NEM, Dash, and Zcash. On a couple of those tokens that will be delisted from the world's largest exchange in about 2 days, BTC-ST down about 11.5% and Serum down a little over 8%. Turning to the top 8 cryptos, we can see Ethereum following Bitcoin's gravity. Binance Coin, BNB, looking much, much stronger. Look at that big pump in there. XRP just going for it. And it's a bit up and down. It's a little bit choppy as well. It's never an easy path to go up. ADA just below Bitcoin's gravity, just currently. Doge starting to spike. We'll look into that in a moment. Matic just aligning with Bitcoin's gravity, but just a little bit weaker. DOT is also a little weaker than Bitcoin's gravity, but look at Litecoin just floating off into the sun. And the warmth of happy prices, or potentially hot prices. And when we see Solana has been really heavily hit, but is still moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. Always just bear this in mind. And SHIB potentially will come up with Doge, so just bear that one in mind. Tron, some interesting things happening between Justin Sun and CZ at the moment. Uni just a bit stronger than Bitcoin's gravity. AVAX just aligning. Link, maybe one to watch, is stronger than Bitcoin's gravity, but always buy in levels and layers down, as well as participation if you wish. Remember, BORSOG trading is all about you can get in at around the current price, but buy at layers and levels down. Because Bitcoin just moves with so much volatility, it can cause all the alts to whipsaw, and you want to take advantage of that to get onto the right side of the trade. And the right side of the percentage. Let's have a look at Atom just aligning with Bitcoin's gravity, and Stellar showing some strength in there. We've got a couple of cryptos showing strength. There's some rumors going around that Vitalik will work with Elon on Dogecoin and making it centralized, a centralized, decentralized payment system for Twitter. But this is just an expectation, so just keep that in mind. Binance has published official Merkle tree-based proof of reserves. This is all about openness and transparency and avoiding another FTX-like moment. But I think they need to go one step further. They actually need to have proof of liabilities. It's always the liabilities that are the problem. For example, if you're earning $1 million a year, you would say, wow, I'm earning $1 million a year. That's a lot of money. But what happens if your debt payments are $1.5 million a year? Well, ouch. It's exactly the same for an exchange. So just keep this in mind. It's really good that actual exchanges are going this way to show their customer net balance and their on-chain reserves. It's important to show transparency. And of course, if they don't do this, the decentralized exchanges will win. So they're not going to have that. Of course they're going to do this. And CZ, CEO of Binance, adds another $1 billion in BUSD to Industry Recovery Initiative. And Justin Sun and CZ are at it again. And Sun's Poloniex stops using BSC-based stablecoins, for example, BUSD. And why would Justin do such a thing? Why, Justin? Why? Because you want your own stablecoin. You don't want CZ's getting stronger. You want yours getting stronger. Again, just natural, common sense business practice. This happens all the time. So Justin wants the TRC20 networks, the Tron networks. And Justin really loves Tron. Why is that? Please let me know in the comments. And Mexican crypto exchange Bitso to post solvency report next month. Ha! CZ, you're not the only one doing it. Of course that's the case, and we're going to see more and more exchanges doing this. But the liability side is pretty important as well. Just some really quick news on FTX. Turkey seizes FTX assets in the country amid ongoing investigation. An Abu Dhabi-based crypto firm plans to acquire FTX. But there's a catch. There are definitely parts of the FTX empire that are very, very valuable, and FTX Pay is integrated with big companies such as MasterCard, and people want a slice of that. It's an already existing turnkey solution. So hey, yeah, they'll buy it. But not so simple, because CZ may want to get it first, and CZ definitely has the cash. I guess that's the catch, because he doesn't actually say what the catch is, but I'm guessing that's the catch. And in another catch, Amazon to film TV series about the FTX collapse. Oh, Amazon. And in more interesting news, 3 crypto giants vying to buy Voyager Digital. And who's in there? It's CZ again. As well as Crosstower and Wave Financial. There's some pretty cool things on the horizon, but remember Rule 45. No alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity, which means if Bitcoin goes down, your beloved alts are going to go down. There's a 99% chance of that, unless you've overweighted into inverters. But otherwise, if Bitcoin comes up, hey, it's party time. And no matter what, keep your BORSOGing going. And Masterclass students, please have a look at LV25. Midterm election volatility secrets you need to know. There's still a bit of volatility that could be confronting us in the coming weeks. You need to be aware of that. And well done to everybody who puts their daily 3-dimensional risk management or BORSOG code together. And I do a deep dive on this in episode 685. And just be aware of one little thing. Over the past 4 days, I've just been playing with WaxP. I really like WaxP. It's cool. And what I did is actually recycle $500 twice, the same money twice. And when you add those particular profits together, the return adds the percentages together. Just bear this in mind. This is very, very valuable to know. And if you want to get to black belt status in understanding how markets move and how structural resistance and support play out, how to connect the dots between financial markets, government statistics, and the crypto market, and also how to aim from a courage not fear perspective, and how to learn so many ways to buy and sell, you can have a look at the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. The link is in the description of this video, and please reach out to the ambassadors. Through the link in the description of this video, they can offer you an 80% off discount coupon. And I thought in the comments today we could continue on with how you've found Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3, Zone 4. How does this understanding help you to become a better trader and investor? I'm really looking forward to your thoughts and shares. It's really important to actually charge your mind with positive affirmations. And that's why we have the CTKS Creed. We have a positive expectancy on what we do, but that's based on knowledge, skill, and experience. Having positive affirmations in your mind is much, much better than having negative affirmations. If you say, I've got this, you do, you got this. And if you say, I can't do this, you're correct under both circumstances. So just pick the better one, the more empowering solution for you. And starting with the first line of the CTKS Creed is a really good way to start. I know the universe wants me to succeed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities in life reset daily. I am worthy. I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with BORSOG. BORSOG is buy on red, sell on green. Rule 621. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. And if you have friends or family who could benefit from positive excellence and what we do here each and every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, no days off for me or Kate, please introduce them to our community by sharing a video. We'd love to see them here. We have one of the best communities on YouTube. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.